Hey guys, welcome back to another video tutorial. In this video we're going to discuss all about how we can create a responsive header section using HTML, CSS and also a little bit of JavaScript. So here's the project that we're going to create it. So those are menus, this is the logo, some content, and input field and one button. I'm going to resize it in the small screen size, but I will use the inspect element and select my mobile locations, and inside there you will able to see different devices, different layout of my header section. So I'm going to select next, and yeah, it's perfect on every device. So I will teach you how you can create that. I'm going to close it also, and open my code editor. Inside that have a standard CSS, script.js and simple index.html. I already included the font awesome and CSS and JavaScript file. So without further ado, let's get started to write the code. So first of all, we need to write the header tag. Inside the header, I will create a container tag because I will manage the content in the center of the page. So I will use the container and I will manage it using CSS. Then write the nav tag. Inside the nav tag I will use logo. Inside the logo I will use images, and this is our logo, right? After that I will use h2, and I'm going to use span tag d design studio, right? So this is our logo section. After the logo I will use rel tag, ally tag, anchor link, dummy text, and links like home, about, and services. Also I will add the contact as well, so and open it in the live server. Right now those are our content, so we're gonna manage it using CSS. So I go to my CSS. Inside that I will use the reset property, then I'm going to select the body to add the background as an images and mbg image. I will use no repeat, center, and center cover. Also I need to add the min height to cover the whole page. Then I will use font family will be Poppins. On my each tag have a font is Poppins and send save. First we're gonna save it and let's look at that. Right now our background is ready now, but also I need to add the overlay effect or overlay. So I'm going to use before, use content will be none, position absolute, but I need to use position relative inside my body. Then I need to use top 0, left 0, and also I need to width 100%, height also 100%. Then you need to add the background RGBA 00 0.5. So look at that, but I want to display those contents, so I need to use z-index -1 to display my content as well on my front of the page, and background overlay has been appeared inside my page, right? Let's move on the container. In the container have all of the content in the center, but before using container I will use header. In the header I will use the I will use the background RGB 49 80 208, and this is the opacity of the color cell. Look at that. So I want to display those content in the center of the page, so I need to use container. In the container I need to add the width. Width will be 100%. I need to use max width, is a little bit of better of the max width. I will use margin will be zero auto, and width will be 100%, and also I will add the padding top and bottom I'll use 0, and left and right I will use 1.5 mm space to make a space on each side. So everything is centered, but I will use the display property to manage my content. So let's select the nav. In the nav I need to use display flags. First we're gonna save it and let's look at that, right? But also I need to select my logo as well. Yeah, first I'm going to use and just for a space between. I want to display the logo on the left side and my menus will appear in the right side, so I need to use space between. Save and look at that. Right, so let's work on the logo to manage it. So I'm going to use nav dot logo. So I need to use display flags. Justify content will be center, align item will be center, and also I will use color will be white. So look at that. Right, the next thing is I need to add the nav ing. I need to add the width will be 30%. I need to select my logo as well, and I'm going to use object fit will be cover, and also I will add the margin left will be 8 pixels to make a space between our image and our text. I think margin right is best, so have a space, right? Then the next one is span tag. So I've used the span tag on there, so I need to select that and assign the different background color on that. I'll change the font size. Span font size will be 2 rem spaced on this one area right now, as you can see, right? So yeah, I also use the align item in the center to display all of the content in the center of the page right now. Perfect. Then let's move on the next one area. In the next one have a nav UL tag. In the UL tag I need to use display flags to display all of the content in the strength line. Then I need to use list style type none to remove the bullets from our li tag right now. Then I need to select nav UL li, and I'm going to use margin 0 rem, top and bottom, left and right 0.4 to make a space, and also I will use align item will be center, and I will use padding top and bottom 0.5 and left and right also 0.5 to make a space top and bottom, left and right now, as you can see. Perfect. Then I need to select UL li anchor link, and the anchor link I need to remove the text decoration means underline, and I need to use font size will be 1.1 rem, and I'm going to use letter spacing 2.5 pixels. Color will be white, and also I will use padding top and bottom will be 0.7 rem, left and right 1 rem. And also I need to add, but I'll leave the water radius because I don't need to use the background color on that right now. This is our complete here section, but I need to go on top and I will add the padding top and bottom 0.5 rem, left and right 0.0 rem is best to make a space top and bottom in our content, right? So cool. I think that's perfect for our navbar. Let's move on our content section, but I'm going to check that, and yeah, so I go to my index.html page. In the index.html page, so the first thing is I need to write the main tag outside of the header tag, and also I will use same container class because I will manage the same content in the center. Then I will create a content class. In the content class I will create another txt class. So yeah, I will use h for the best to experience. Then I'm going to use h is best. This is a spent again, place a lie, like that. So after that, inside the text, inside the text lorem30, I'll use that. And yeah, after that I will create a form input to display the input field. Leave the action, input type text, and placeholder search the location. Right, after the form closing tag, I'm gonna add the button tag. Type will be button and text will be search. So this is our content. This content is up here in the center of the page, right? So let's move on the CSS to manage that. So in the CSS, step number 1, you need to use display property to manage that. So let's do this. I'm going to use display flex. Align item will be center, justify item will be center, and I will use min height will be 80 VH. Color will be white. So look at that. Everything in the center of the page. Then the next one is I need to select main h2. Color is white. Also mention that, so I need to use font size will be 4.1 rem, and I'm going to select main tag and not main tag. First we're going to save it and let's look at that. So span tag txt h2 span tag, and in the span tag I will use background will be hash 3150D0, and also I will use border radius will be 5 pixel. So look at that, right? Then I'm going to select my h4 tag and h4. I'm going to use font size 2 there, a little bit of large size, but I will use the best is like this one. Right, cool. Let's move on the paragraph tag. In the paragraph tag I'm going to use font size will be 1 rem, line height I will use 1.9, and I will use margin top and bottom 1 rem, left and right 0, and also I will use width will be 50%. So and look at that, right? Yeah, let's select the form input, and I'm going to use margin top and bottom 1 rem, left and right 0 to make a space between form and our content, right? Then the next one is I need to select the form tag, form input field, so I'll use width will be 100%. So and look at that, right? But don't worry, we will manage it using CSS. But I think I need to go on my this one area, and before using that I'm going to select that, and I'm going to use display grid, align it in the center, and I'm going to use grid template column 1FR, and I'm going to use, first we're going to save it and look at that. Yeah, content grid template columns 1FR, but I think I will use the weight will be 50% on that, because I want to display only one section of this one area. And first when comment out, it's perfect, I don't need to use that, right? So the next one is button tag. So I want to display the button inside my input field, but before using that I will add something inside that. Will be outline num, padding top and bottom 1.4 rem, left and right 1 rem, and I'll use margin 1 rem, left and top and bottom, left and right 0, and I will use border radius will be 0.5 pixel, and also I will use border will be none. Font size I will use 1.2. Then I'm going to select my form input field and button tag. In the button tag I need to use position will be absolute, but we need to use position relative inside my form input field. Then I'm going to add top will be 25 pixel to move that in the top 25 pixel, and right I'm going to use right 0. Also I will use the padding top and bottom 0.8 mm, left and right 1.5 mm. Margin I will use 0 and 1 rem. Outline I will use none. Border will be none, and I will use the border radius 5 pixel at best, and I'm going to add the background hash blue color. This is a color. Font size 1.3 rem. Cursor will be pointer. Cursor will be pointer. So look at that, right? So this is our input field, this is our button inside our input field, right? So I think I will go to CSS and let's work on the responsive mode. So I already mentioned different positions to manage this, but before using CSS I need to add something inside the HTML document. The first one is you need to select the UL tag. Inside the UL tag you need to use btn class. Inside the btn you need to use I dot fs fa hyphen times fa times, and this is my manual class. I will use it inside CSS and also JavaScript, so it will display the cross icon like this one, right? And the next one is I need to add same thing but outside of the UL tag, and inside there I need to use fa bars, and I'm going to use it menu btn sub, and this is the menu bar right now. So I need to go on CSS. In the CSS, the step number 1, you need to select the btn, and I'm going to use font size will be 1.3 rem. Color will be FFF, and cursor will be pointer, and yeah, first we're going to save, and look at that, the button. Then starting time I'm going to use display none because I don't need to display that in the large screen size. When it will move on the small screen size, then I will display it. But before using this one, but I need to manage few more things using media. So I'm going to select media max width 1024 pixel. Inside that I'm going to select my container tag to make a space. So inside that I've used the, I'll leave that, just decrease the padding top and bottom, I mean left and right is one line. First we're going to save it, and let's move on the inspect element. So I'm going to select my custom responsive mode. First we're going to refresh it because sometimes we will face the problem on that. So in a minute, inspect element, and yeah, this is the responsive mode. But why I can't see the perfect in a minute. I think it is my browser issue, but don't worry, I will restart it one more time, then I think it should be removed the problem right now. So I select inspect element, and okay, don't focus on the complete browser issue. So I think it has browser issue, but I will use it when it will hit 1024 pixel. Then I want to leave the space, decrease the space from this one side and this one side, means right side and left side. So I need to decrease the padding, right? Then the next one is paragraph tag. So I need to select the P, and in the paragraph tag I need to use width will be 70%. Also I need to select the font, input, margin top and bottom. I will leave the margin top and bottom, and I will use width will be 70% as well on that. Save, and first I don't know which size is inside the browser, but let's check it now. I'm gonna open it. In a minute, guys. What happened? I don't know. I'm gonna open it in the Firefox, so I think it should be displayed perfectly on this one, guys. Inspect. Where is small screen size? In a minute I'm gonna find it like there. So I selected 1024 pixels. So when I hit 1024 pixel, as you can see, this is a position like this one. As you can see, don't focus on this one text because I will work on that. Just focus on the header section, right? So when you hit that, as you can see, right, means decrease the font size, size of the left and right side to make a space, right? The next one is I need to select then the next step is I'm going to select the next one breakup point is, so get that 840 pixels. So inside there I need to use the paragraph width will be 100% and form input width will be 100%. So we're gonna save it and let's look at that. So I'm gonna use at 60 pixel, right? Hit that at 60. I need to refresh that because it is not. In a minute I'm gonna check that. Okay, 840. Sorry for that. Yeah, as you can see, like that, to cover the whole size of the browser, page of the my complete area. It will cover whole the area, but it is also cover this one area. I don't know why I can't see the input field completely on that. Okay, so I used the 1000 on that, so yeah, it's my mistake. When you will hit that, I need to save it, and one more time we need to refresh it. As you can see, everything is perfect on this one position. Then the next one is I need to decrease the font size of the complete elements, right? So I need to select my content, and the content I will select text, or I will send. I want to display the complete content in the center of the page on this one position. Right now this is the 1000. When you will hit 24 like this one, you will get this result. When you will hit 840 pixel, you will get this one result, right? So it's perfect for every one device to display the complete content, search bar and menus as well, right? Let's move on the next one section. In the next one I will select the URL anchor tag, because in the anchor tag I've used many things, so I need to decrease that. like this one. So I need to paste it, and step number 1, I need to change, I don't need that, I need to decrease the space, line space, so, and I will use the left and right padding will be 0.5. So first I'm gonna refresh it. As you can see, when you will hit 840 pixel right now, as you can see, right, let's move on the right side. So it's perfect for every device. Also I need to select the UL alert tag, but I will add that before calling, and I'm gonna decrease the font RAM and left and right space. I need to decrease the space as well using right now. Perfect. So final one is 768 pixel. So I'm going to select that. Max weight will be 768 pixel. In the 768 pixel, I will use the font man h2 tag, and I'm going to use font size will be 2. And also I need to select the paragraph tag, and I'm going to use the font size will be 0.9, RAM is best. Also I need to remove all of the links. First we're going to save it, and I'm going to show you inside 768 pixel. I'm going to refresh page, and I'm going to use 768 pixel, 768. Everything in the small. Also I need to use RAM as well on that, and yeah, it will decrease the font size as well. I'll leave this one in the default because it's perfect for every device. Right, so inside this one position I will hide the links, so I need to use navbar, and I'm going to use display now. So refresh the page, you can't see that, but inside this one size I want to display the button tag. But before using button tag, I will use the form input. I will use a little bit of in a minute. I'm going to check that form input. I also need to where it is on input, padding and RAM. Also I have a font size, so I will manage it as well. Top and bottom, left and right 0.78 is best. So I think yeah, it's perfect. But also I need to select the button tag as well, because I need to decrease the size. Okay. So I'm gonna use top will be this is top and bottom, left and right, but I'll use 20 and leave the other options. Top and bottom, font size I also use it, and also I'm going to use font size on that will be 1.1 RAM is best in the small screen size. Yeah, so I'll remove it and let's check it now. Perfect, but I also decrease the font size, and I need to use top and bottom is 1 RAM is best. So refresh page, perfect, but I also need to use 15 pixel. Top I'll use 18. Yeah, 16. Yeah, it's perfect, right? So this is a cool position of the button tag. So yeah, so once hit the 768 pixel, then I want to display the button tag, right? It means which tag? Button tag. So I'm going to use VTN display block. So look at that, the button is appeared. When user will click on that, then I want to display the menus, right? So I need to go on the script.js. In the script.js we need to get the data. So let's get a menus document query selector. The first thing is you need to select nav UL tag. The next one is menus btn. You need to select document query selector and menu btn. The final one is you need to select close btn document.query selector close btn. Those are buttons. This is the close button, this is the menu button, and right now this is the menu button. When user will click on the menus button, then I need to add the class inside our container. So I need to select the menus.btn. I need to add event listener, run the function, and I need to select the menus means inside the nav UL tag class list dot add display. You can write any name as you want. So first we're gonna save it, and I'm gonna leave this one in a minute. Once again I open it and I'm gonna select header, and right now you can't see the any class inside the UL tag, but when I refresh it and go to the nav and focus on this one size, when I will use right now, click on that. I can't see the class right now. I don't know why. I don't know. Menus between add listener, click menus class list dot add and display. So yeah, it's perfect, but why I don't know. So let's try it inside the Google Chrome browser. Sometime we are facing issue inside. So I go to console. Okay, as a space has mistake. Add event listener. So it is my mistake, guys. We need to add the event on btn. So yeah, element and move on the small screen size. So we just need to focus on my nav UL tag. Click on that, and we need to add the class in a minute, guys. But why I can't see the class name right now? Inside the UL I need to, I can't read the class list. Class just a minute, I'm gonna check that. This is the menu btn, close btn. Perfect, everything is perfect. Menu btn, close btn, document query selector, document. Perfect. So I will try another thing like toggle. So it should be display. Yeah, class list. Something's wrong on there, guys. In a minute I'm gonna check that. Okay guys, I have find the problem right now. So this is a nav class, I don't need to use the dot. So yeah, it's my mistake, but I will check that one more time. I think it should be, yeah, it's appeared. Display class has been appeared when you will click on that. So we're gonna use it to display the menus, right? So also I'm gonna select same thing, but I will use close button. When user will click on that, I need to first I'm gonna use add class, and this will be remove the class. When user will click on the close button, then this event will work. So let's work on the small screen size. In the small screen size, the step number 1, you need to select the nav UL tag, right? In the nav UL tag you need to use display flex direction will be column, right? The next one is you need to use position will be fixed, and you need to assign the width will be 300% and height will be 100 VH. And I'm going to use background will be hash like this one, and first we're going to save it. Then the next one is also I need to use the top will be more 80 pixel and left will be 0 pixel on this time. Also I will use the first we're going to save it, and let's look at that in the small screen. Right now I'm able to see the menus is appear, but I want to display that in the center in the front of the page. So I need to use Z index 10, so it is appear in the top, right? So I don't need to use that, but I will use the media query right now, right? So it is up here, so I need to add the padding to make a space. So I'm going to use padding, top and bottom will be 5 and left and right 0. Perfect. But the starting time I want to hide the navbar. When user will click on that, then display the menu. So what I need to do on there, I need to use -100%. Means I don't need to display that in the starting time in the small screen size. You can't see that, but when I click on that, then I want to display that. So I need to select the same thing nav. But this time I need to use add the class name display. When user will click on that, the dot display class will appear inside the UL tag. So on this one position I need to use left will be 0. Also I need to use transition all 0.5 SN out. I'm going to use that, and also I'm going to add same transition on that, but this time I'm going to add it. So save and look at that. Right now I'm going to click on close button, it doesn't appear inside that. But also we need to add something to manage that. So the step number 1, nav UL anchor link. So inside that I'm going to use display block, and also I will use margin all side 10 pixel to make a space. So and look at that, right? Have a space. And the final one is I need to set up our close button. So I need to select my close btn class. So I need to use position will be absolute, and I will use top will be 0. Left will be, I will use a RAM on this time. I will use more than all side 25 pixel space. So look at that, right? So this is our complete responsive website in the small screen size, but I will leave this one in a minute. Okay, this is 100%. So this is 100% of the website. So when you will hit 1004 pixel like this one, so this is the first breakpoint. The second breakpoint is on the where I don't know 840, right? On this size, right? This is second breakpoint. The third one is 768 pixel. In the 768 pixel you can't see the menu right now, but when you will click on that, the menus will appear, and yeah, you can click to close it. It's perfect for every device. You can check out it in any devices you want. So thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, guys.